Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to the Emunah Project. We here at the Emunah Project are continuing in our series of videos with respect to information, inspiration, guidance, advice, and I want to talk a little bit about Shekker, falsehood. The Torah in the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 7, when it deals with Davar Shekker, a false matter, puts it in a rather interesting way. It says you should, from a false matter, you should stay far away. Now you would think the Torah would go on, at least in some length, with saying, describing why false things are harmful. Lies, deceit, deception, how they're destructive to people, to lives, that ruins families and ruins reputations, and it's such a deadly thing. But no. From a false matter, stay far away. That's it. And so what can we learn from this? The Torah is not merely stating the commandment in a simple and succinct form. The Torah is giving some pragmatic and practical advice. When it comes to falsehoods, there's no room for negotiations. There's no room for compromise. There's no meeting it halfway. You have to remove yourself, distance yourself from a false matter. Why? Because it is so deadly and so awful. You can't, there's no gray matter. Sometimes well-meaning people will get involved with enterprises and activities and things that are at best shady. Hypocritical things, deceitful things, things that are not exactly on the up and up. And why would otherwise decent, moral people continue to be involved in these activities? I think this verse shows the answer, because when you're involved with something, whatever it is, and you're doing it or you're getting it, you're participating in it in however way, you're too close. You lose your sense of objectivity, and the very fact that you're close to it, you can't see straight. That's why you need to distance yourself, because when from a distance things are much clearer. The fact that you're involved, that you're doing something that's a little questionable in terms of, falsehood, that in and of itself veils the truth. We have an expression in the court when, during the course of litigation, civil or criminal, the lawyers for both sides are arguing and battling and trying to convince the judge that their side is right and what the judge should do. It's kind of like in the old days, the gladiators would fight in the arena, and the judge would determine who wins, and sometimes the judge would get involved. He'd argue and negotiate, and he forgets that he's no longer a lawyer, he's now a judge. And sometimes we have to say, and we say this very carefully, do not descend, Your Honor, into the arena, lest the dust of battle, the dust of combat, cloud your vision. In other words, we have enough lawyers. We need you to stay up there and be a judge. Similarly, with the case of being involved in anything that smells of falsehood, pull out, stay away, and because that way you can you can have moral objectivity, and you can see things clearly. Once you start getting involved, you start making excuses, and well, maybe it's not so bad, and no. Stay away from a false matter, from a davar shekker. Stay at a hook, far away. That will give you the proper objective perspective. We're going to be doing more videos along these lines. Please come back, please watch, please learn. And until next time, on behalf of the Emunah Project, I'm Daniel, and thank you too much.